We're combing through the aisles of Vulcan Video, an independent video store here in Austin, Texas, to find the most obscure, the strangest, and the overlooked gems of yesterday. This is the Vulcan Vault. Welcome to the Vulcan Vault. We got a great one for you today. We got Max here with Vulcan Video. Max, what have you picked out for us?
Today I've got the 2009 independent film Make Out with Violence by Chris Doyle and Andy Dunsink, who are credited as the Deagle brothers.
Excellent.
Yeah. This is basically it's set right after high school graduation. It's a small group of friends in this Tennessee town. And, it's the usual, she likes him, he doesn't like her, there's heartbreak and everything. And it's a tough summer for them because their good friend Wendy has gone missing and is presumed dead. And so they go to the funeral, or not the service, and tensions are kind of high, and they're thinking, oh, this is going to be tough going out. And then they find the twin brothers, the leads of the film, Patrick and Carol Darling. They find her reanimated dead body tied up in the forest, and basically take it to a house and try to take care of it and try to figure out, what are we going to do with her? How does this affect everything else that's going on? And is there a way that she will come back?
Think she'll get better?
I think she'll get worse. Maybe.
Basically, this movie is if you took The Adventures of Pete and Pete and kind of added a dash of Terrance Malick and set it during the mid-2000s zombie revival.
Brody hated it when people got scared or sad. He said the best thing you could do when you got scared was to laugh as hard as you could.
So you could almost take out the entire zombie subplot and focus on these kids. One of them is trying to get the girl of his dreams, and she's not really interested.
Eddie, it's okay if you feel like you need to talk about Wendy.
I've got to go, Carol. Bye.
Bye.
While the other is obsessed with this girl who has died, and he thinks like, oh, now that she is this undead ghoul, maybe there can be something between us. He's in this state of limerence with her. They kind of use Wendy, this undead ghoul, to literally show how destructive it can be to obsess over a high school crush, to think about a person who has changed, like the person that they are now isn't who they were then. Genre kind of shifts every so often. There's really funny stuff. There's some dramatic stuff, of them trying to deal with the death of their friend and move on. And then there's I wouldn't call it out in a horror, but there's an undead person that you have to deal with it. You're like, are we going to feed her? What are we going to do with her? Can we keep a secret between us and our little brother and not telling him about this?
So we're talking zombies here. There's the zombie girl. What kind of zombie are we talking?
We're talking like classic Romero, more of undead ghoul. She never speaks, she moans, she moves in a very slow, disjointed, terrifying way that makes you think that every time she falls down she's going to break her bones. And it's a slow decay, and there are scenes of them washing her, sewing up wounds, and she's it's not even a kind of a mindless nibbling whenever a live prey is around her. They feed her a rat in one scene. Later she moves on to bigger animals, but again, she's not, she spends most of the film tied up or locked off in a place that you can really just focus on. Is Carol's attempt to make Addie his girlfriend going to work out? And you realize, oh, wait a minute, no, they're keeping this terrible secret, and Patrick is becoming more and more obsessed with this dead girl that they have.
Happy birthday.
It's been compared a little bit to the film Dead Girl, which I don't really care for. It's a little too gross, and it takes it in a more sexual place, whereas this, It's a lot like the way that that teens would react in this. They're taking this situation very seriously, but they're not entirely sure what to do with it. So there's a little bit early on. There's a handmade map of just like, here's how here's the game plan. Here's how we're going to just take her body into our friend's house and hide it.
Beetle, get the door.
Halfway through, you're thinking like, what's the end game here? Is they just not want to, they don't, because if you found your dead friend tied up, you wouldn't want her there, but you want to take care of her in some way, but you're almost at a loss at times, like, why haven't they told any parents about that? It's definitely one of those kids summer films where parents don't really exist.
Well, just know, I mean, if you died, I would gladly let you hang out in my basement tied up.
Thank you, John. That's nice of you.
Yeah, at least I can do. All right, so the pick today, Make Out with Violence. Max, great choice.
Thank you very much.